At the frozen edge of our solar system, nearly 6 billion kilometers from the Sun, a tiny world of ice and rock drifts through permanent twilight. For decades, Pluto was nothing more than a faint, flickering point of light, the ninth planet, mysterious, distant, and alone. But hidden beside it was a ghost. A strange bulge in old photographs, a flaw that astronomers were ready to throw away, until someone looked closer. That mistake would reveal not just a moon, but a world powerful enough to rewrite the definition of what a planet truly is. This is the story of Charon, the moon discovered by accident, the moon that cracked itself open from the inside out, and the moon that still carries Pluto's gift, a blood-red scar at its pole. The accidental discovery. Charon's story begins not with the search for a moon, but with a mistake. In 1978, astronomer James Christie was examining old photographic plates of Pluto. Some images looked distorted, stretched, or oddly bulged on one side. Others had been dismissed as poor quality. But Christie, with years of experience studying double stars, recognized the pattern instantly. The background stars were perfect points of light. Only Pluto was distorted. Something was there. Something orbiting it. He dug through archival plates dating back more than a decade, finding that the strange bulge shifted position over time, completing one cycle every 6.4 days, exactly matching Pluto's rotation. The only explanation: Pluto had a large companion moon locked in a synchronous dance. Christie named it Charon, after his wife Charlene's nickname Char, adding on because it sounded scientific. Only later did he discover that in Greek mythology, Charon was the ferryman of souls serving Pluto, god of the underworld, a perfect cosmic coincidence. A binary system, not a planet and moon. Charon wasn't just another moon. Its discovery allowed astronomers to calculate Pluto's mass for the first time, and the universe held its breath. Pluto was shockingly light, only 1/6 the mass of Earth's moon. Charon alone held about 12% of Pluto's mass, a far higher ratio than any known planet-moon pair. Together they orbit a barycenter located outside Pluto, hanging in empty space between them. And both worlds are mutually tidally locked. Pluto forever shows one face to Charon, Charon forever shows one face to Pluto. One hemisphere of Pluto sees Charon fixed in the sky. The other side never sees it at all. These bizarre dynamics blurred the line between planet and moon. Scientists debated whether Pluto and Charon should be considered a double planet, and these debates ultimately fed directly into the 2006 decision that demoted Pluto to dwarf planet status. The birth of two worlds, the kiss and capture theory. How did such a strange pair form? For years, scientists thought Charon was the result of a violent, Earth-Moon-style giant impact. But Pluto and Charon are icy worlds, not molten rock. Their materials don't behave the same under catastrophic impact. A better idea emerged: the kiss and capture collision, a low-speed, grazing hit. Two icy bodies bumped, stuck together temporarily like a cosmic snowman, spun wildly, then slowly broke apart. Not violently shattered, but gently separated, remaining gravitationally bound in the binary system we see today. This explains why Pluto is slightly denser and more rock-rich than Charon. They formed separately, not from the same molten debris. The collision and tidal chaos poured heat deep inside both worlds, melting Charon's interior and creating a vast subsurface ocean. This ocean would eventually freeze, and when it did, it tore Charon apart. Charon's tectonic scars, a world that ripped open. When NASA's New Horizons flew past Pluto and Charon in 2015, it showed us a world that looked shattered. Charon's surface is dominated by enormous faults, stretches, and fractures. A giant scar belt wraps around the moon's equator, a canyon system 1,800 kilometers long and 7.5 kilometers deep. Why? Because water is strange. It expands when it freezes. As Charon's subsurface ocean froze solid, it pushed outward on the crust until the entire world cracked open. Charon literally tore itself apart at the seams, preserving a frozen record of its dying ocean. The northern hemisphere became an ancient, rugged land called Terra, fractured, cratered, and scarred. Cryovolcanoes and the smooth plains of Vulcan Planitia. The southern hemisphere tells a completely different story. Vulcan Planitia is smooth, flat, and younger, paved by massive cryovolcanic floods. As the ocean froze and pressure built beneath the crust, icy slush mixed with ammonia burst through cracks, flooding the surface like lava. These cryolava flows created smooth plains and left behind mountains like Kubrick Mons, huge blocks of crust carried along like floating icebergs, stranded as the flows solidified. The red stain, Mordor macula. At Charon's north pole lies its most striking feature, a massive red cap called Mordor macula. Its blood-like color comes from tholins, organic compounds created when methane is blasted by radiation. But where did the methane come from? Two competing ideas fight for the truth. 1. Pluto's gift theory. Pluto has a thin atmosphere rich in methane. Some of it escapes into space, and Charon's gravity collects it. During its century-long polar winter, this methane freezes onto the pole. When sunlight returns, radiation cooks it into tholins. Pluto literally paints Charon red. 2. Internal origin theory. Charon's ancient cryovolcanic eruptions released methane from its interior, forming a temporary atmosphere. The gas migrated to the cold poles, froze, and transformed into tholins over billions of years. Whichever is correct, that red stain is a permanent reminder of the deep connection between Pluto and Charon. Charon began as a smudge on a photograph, a mistake almost thrown away. Yet that mistake revealed a binary world, a moon massive enough to challenge Pluto's identity, a world with oceans, cryovolcanoes, canyons deeper than Earth's, and a polar cap stained red by cosmic chemistry. Charon showed us that even the smallest worlds can carry histories of heat, violence, and transformation. It toppled Pluto from its planetary throne, rewrote textbooks, and forever changed how we see the solar system. Charon isn't just Pluto's moon. It is the other half of a locked, eternal duet, a reminder that the universe hides its greatest discoveries in the quietest places, waiting for someone to look closely at what everyone else calls a mistake.